Hello, and welcome to the National Government Services Part B video on unprocessable claim rejection. Unprocessable claims are defined as any claim with incomplete or missing required information, or any claim that contains complete and necessary information. However, the information provided is invalid. Such information may either be required for all claims or required conditionally. Required information is any data element that is needed in order to process a claim, such as the provider's name or date of service. Conditional information on a claim is any data element that must be completed if other conditions exist, such as if there is insurance primary to Medicare, then the primary insurer's group name and number must be entered on a claim. Or, if the insured is different from the patient, then the insured's name must be entered on a claim. These are just a few examples to help you identify the difference. Assigned and non-assigned services are considered unprocessable when incomplete or invalid information is detected in our claims processing system. If claims do not conform to National Government Services specifications, they will be returned as unprocessable. The status of the data elements will determine if a claim will be returned as unprocessable or returned to the provider. Returning a claim to the provider as unprocessable does not always mean that National Government Services will physically return every claim received with incomplete or invalid information. The term "return to provider" is used to identify the many processes utilized to notify the provider of the service that their claim is unprocessable. If a claim is rejected as unprocessable, it will be rejected using one of the following methods. The service may be rejected through the remittance advice process. A message code MA130 will appear on your remittance advice. Additional messages will be provided to explain any errors and how to correct the error prior to resubmission. Paper claims will be screened. When incomplete or invalid information is detected, the claim will be mailed back to the provider with a form letter indicating why the claim is being returned. Electronic claims that fail initial edits will be returned via the acceptance report. If a claim contains both processable and unprocessable services, the unprocessable services will be split onto a separate claim and returned as unprocessable. As we mentioned on the previous slide, if your claim is rejected as unprocessable, through the remittance advice process, you will see Remark Code MA130. Here we are providing you with a definition of the Remark Code MA130. Your claim contains incomplete and/or invalid information, and no appeal rights are afforded because the claim is unprocessable. Remember to review your remittance advice for additional messages that will clearly define what information is missing, and submit a new claim with the complete and correct information timely for processing. Some of the top reasons for return to provider claims include missing or invalid Medicare Beneficiary Identifier, or MBI. The Medicare Beneficiary Identifier number should be submitted as it appears on the patient's red, white, and blue Medicare card. The Medicare Beneficiary Identifier is 11 characters in length and made up of only numbers and uppercase letters. There are no special characters used in the MBI number. Missing diagnosis code. The patient's condition must be listed on the claim in the form of an ICD-10-CM code number. This code should be listed to the highest level of specificity for the date of service. Missing place of service. The place of service must be entered on the claim in a 2-digit format to identify the location where the service was performed. Missing service facility location. The claim must include where the service was rendered. This is required for all place of service codes on claims for anesthesia services and every service payable under the Medicare Physician Fee Schedule. Missing or invalid National Provider Identifier, or NPI format. A claim needs to indicate the provider who actually rendered the service. If the rendering provider is part of a group, the rendering provider's National Provider Identifier must go on item 24J on the claim form or the electronic equivalent. If the rendering and billing provider are the same, item 24J or the electronic equivalent is left blank. In this case, the provider's NPI would be entered into item 33 on the claim form or the electronic equivalent. When claims are returned through the remittance advice process, if available, the remittance advice will indicate the beneficiary's name, Medicare Beneficiary Identifier or MBI, the date of service, the claim control number, and the patient's account number if originally provided. In addition to message code MA130, your remittance advice may include an additional reason or remark code message to explain the specific reason for the rejection. New claims must be retransmitted if the provider is billing electronically or resubmitted if the provider is billing on paper using the CMS 1500 claim form. Claims that are rejected as unprocessable have no appeal rights. Appeal rights are not afforded to these claims because no initial determination was made on the original submitted claim. The appeals process is only available when a complete and correct claim has been submitted and Medicare has processed a payment or a denial. You should not request a reopening in writing or through the telephone reopening line, or send a review request for a redetermination to the Appeals Department for unprocessable claim rejections, since unprocessable claims need to be corrected and resubmitted or retransmitted. No appeal rights are granted. Listed here are some helpful resources. Visit CMS's website at www.cms.gov to access the Medicare Internet-only manuals. The Medicare Claims Processing Manual, Chapter 1, General Billing Requirements, and Chapter 26, Completing and Processing Form CMS 1500 Dataset, include information related to proper claim submissions that will help you avoid an unprocessable claim rejection. Also visit our website www.NGSMedicare.com and review our Job Aid Unprocessable Claim Rejections and Corrections for detailed information including unprocessable reason and remark codes, and action steps you can take to avoid unprocessable claim rejections. Thank you for your attention. Stay tuned to our YouTube channel for more educational opportunities designed for you.